our main idea is the big idea. Okay, it's what is the main focus of our story or passage. And then underneath it, we have details to help support the main idea, kind of like a stool with its legs supporting the top of it where you sit. When we look for details, we're looking for the who, what, when, where, how, and why for something. Now, today's main focus is we're going to focus on tips to find the main idea. One way is to read the title of the passage. Look for any repeating words, which could be names, it could be activities, or things to describe. Also, to look at the first or last sentence of the passage or story. And then if there are any pictures, make sure to check those out. So before we get started, we're going to review a little bit over here. Now, the main idea is simply the main point the author is trying to make. All right. So, for example, we're going to read a little bit of a passage right here. Now, this girl, April, is such a nice girl. She is always smiling at everyone she meets. She never has a mean word to say about anyone, and she is always helping others. Now, boys and girls, the first question we have to ask ourselves, who or what is this passage about? Let's think about that. Who or what is this passage about? Well, when I go through, I see that there's a person's name, and I see that she is out through our repeating word throughout our passage. So I'm going to look through our main ideas. There's no title for this one, but I do see in the first sentence, April is such a nice girl. And in our last sentence, it says she never has a mean word to say about anyone, and she is always helping others. So I think our who or what is going to be April. Let's find out if I'm right or not. This passage is about April. Now let's continue. Next, we have to think, what is the author telling us about April? Remember, the main idea, it was that first sentence, and guess what? The author's saying she is a nice girl. That was the very first sentence. Now, this is the part where we're going to look for those details. All right? Now, through that passage, it had plenty of details. Let's see if we can find some. Well, I can just read through it, and I first know that my main idea is April is such a nice girl. Can anyone read some of those ways that she's a nice girl? She's always smiling. She never has a mean word to say about anyone. And there's one more. She's always helping others. Wonderful. So let's see if those details support our main idea. We're going to create another stool. She's always smiling, never says a mean word, and is always helping. So our main idea, our big idea at the top, is that April is a nice girl. Woohoo! Great job. All of those ideas definitely support our main idea, just like legs on a stool. Just like legs on a stool. Here's what we're going to do now. Let me close this just a little bit. And now we are going to practice with a story together. Okay, we're still going to use over here, thinking about our tips to find the main idea. Biking Tina. Tina loves to ride her bike. She rides it every day after school. She can do many tricks on her bike. She can jump over things on her bike. Tina can ride her bike faster than any of her friends. She has even won an award for doing tricks on her bike. All right, boys and girls, so I'm going to go through and I see the title. So I'm going to circle the title. This title is Biking Tina. Okay, that makes sense. Biking Tina. That's a good title. So maybe the main person it's about is Tina. Let's find out. Let's find any repeating words. All right. I definitely see the word Tina in there quite a few times. And it definitely talks about she. So I'm assuming the she that they're talking about would be Tina. All right. Then I'm going to look at the first sentence. I'm going to change my color just so it looks a little different. And it said, that Tina loves to ride her bike, and she has even won an award for doing tricks on her bike. Ooh. So what I think that our main idea after looking at our picture too is that, let me make this a little bit bigger. Tina loves to ride her bike and do tricks. Now, how can I support that idea? I can go in and I can find all of the things for ideas to help support her. So one thing is, she can jump over things, ride her bike faster than any of her friends, and she has won an award for doing tricks. So there's 3 details right there off the bat, talking about ways in which Tina loves to ride her bike and do tricks. Now, boys and girls, here is what you are going to do in just a second. You are going to then read this passage as your activity. And what you're going to decide is, on the next slide, what is the main idea and what are the 3 details. These can be moved, so you can move those wherever they need to go. That is your job. You are going to read this passage, My Dog Can Do Tricks, and determine which is the main idea and which 3 are the details. Good luck.